All right, hey, this is Jason with Vanlife Adjustments. Thanks for joining me on my channel here. Let's talk about the Chevy Shimmy because I had some stuff going on with my van. Really kind of scared the crap out of me there for a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like a death wobble or nothing, but it definitely got my attention. Yeah, so I was driving down the road and all of a sudden, man, I couldn't get over 65 without it shaking really bad. And I could tell it wasn't the death wobble because it felt more from the rear end. It wasn't like crazy all over the place. And so at first I got home and I was kind of freaked out about it because I had a lot of work, no time to work on the van at all. And yeah, so the first thing I did is I had my wife jump up in the driver's seat and turn the wheel while I was up underneath looking at the steer linkages and stuff like that. Everything was, all the U-joints, everything was nice and tight. So I knew it wasn't coming from the front end. And the shake, it wasn't like a violent death wobble. It wasn't like a death wobble like a Jeep would have, right? You've seen the Jeeps like going crazy, you know. It wasn't like that, but it was definitely rattling the whole inside of my back, all my framing and everything. And so I was really nervous about it. I even checked the hubs. It felt like there might be a little bit of play in it, man. I was like, man, what the hell's going on? It's kind of out of my ballpark for mechanics. I don't have the right space, the tools, or the time. And so, yeah, I scheduled an appointment with my mechanic, and a couple of days before, I mean, I'm driving down to work, highway, going down the highway, and I'm not able to go highway speeds without it shaking everything apart. So driving slower than everyone else, getting in everyone's way. And so after a few days of that, I happened to be just walking around my van looking at different things on the van from the outside, and I looked at something. It jumped out at me. My back tire jumped out at me. And it must have happened at some point from when I was doing the initial inspections to after I scheduled the appointment with my mechanic. But I figured out that it wasn't my rear bearings, which had it been my rear bearings, that's a pricey job. Rear bearings, even just the minimum on it, it would be like a $1,200 job. And that if I had to do any kind of gearing fix in the differential or anything, then the price just will keep going up. It could have been a $2,000 job by the time I was done with it. So I was a little nervous about it. So yeah, I was at work and I was on my break and I was just kind of looking in. I noticed something weird. I was looking in the side mirror and I was like, what the hell's going on? What's sticking out of my tire? And I looked at the tire and I discovered that at some point the tire had given out. I was like, oh crap, that's from the shaking and the shimmying. And so I put my spare on, and what do you know? The shake went away. So good news was it was just, I had my rear tire was going bad, and it was one of those things where you couldn't really see it. So my point is if you have a shake and shimmy like that, go from the cheapest options up to your mechanic, So, and since I still had my appointment with my mechanic, I decided, you know what, I got a bunch of little things that I want to get done that I know I can do. I just don't have the time. One of the things would have been a pain in the butt. It was I had to diagnose a wiring problem with my parking light, and it turns out that it was a pinched wire which blew the fuse, and I couldn't find the fuse. It was in a weird spot. All the diagrams I was looking at weren't the right ones, or I was just in dumbass mode and just couldn't read it right or something. So anyway, I brought the van in. They fixed that. I also got them to fix the door handle on the driver's side. I've been climbing through the passenger side all this time, but now I can finally go in and out of my driver's door. And it was just one of those things where I just didn't have the time to deal with it. And I love my mechanic, man. He doesn't overcharge me for BS on parts and stuff. I know that the whole assembly for that door handle is like over $100 for that, and he only charged me his cost on parts plus a small little parts upgrade upcharge fee. While it was in there, I had him do the oil, and I found out that I had a cracked one of my headlights was cracked. The bulb was good, but the light was cracked, so why not just, it's in the shop, go ahead and fix that too. So yeah, I got a few things done, and now I feel a lot better. I got my lights worked out. I got my door fixed. I got my oil changed. Even this is all stuff I could have done, but for convenience and time, and I just, you know what, I'm going to take it in and let him do it. And it was good because I was able to let him do a full inspection on my van, and all is well. So yeah, anyway, when you got a Chevy Shimmy, man, check your tires. It could be the tires. It could be something as simple as just needing new tires. So it turned into a $1,500 job into, hey, let's just get a bunch of small shit done, and a new set of tires. So I feel so much better now. Anyway, have a good one. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.